Welcome to the Temple of Speed. Welcome to the Italian Grand Prix. Of course, a team, a country, not team, a circuit, a country that is radiates Ferrari, doesn't it? And it is going to be all pressure tonight and all pressure for the next two nights, for the next three nights in regards to the Scuderia as well. Then, so all six drivers that is going to be driving the Scarlet Ferraris, it's going to be a lot of pressure on them over the next few days or so. And I am very bloated at the moment, which isn't very good either. Then. But yes, we are at the Temple of Speed. There are 11 turns around here, but anything like the 100% race we had the other day, then expect fast, frantic, and furious action as well. But that is why we love Monza, and that is why it's been on the calendar for so long. And of course, there's been an Italian Grand Prix in every single season, apart from 1951-ish or something like that, I think. Drivers and the constructors standings and it's changed hands again. Percy leads the championship by 10 points now from Sam Swift Ninja in second position. The top two are swapping positions there. And it's like that, and it's exactly the same as what's going on in the constructors as well. This is going to be a humding of a final few races in this one. It's going to be cracking. Third is Menace Max. Kind of in no man's land. Menace Max is at 93 points away from Sam Swift. 65 points in front of Immortal. And Immortal's done a great season, by the way. Superb stuff indeed. Fifth position, the forward champion Troy on 92 points, 84 points for Brabbit, 78 points for Toy Coin. Now, disappointed this season for Toy Coin as we was expecting him to elevate himself further up the field and potentially be challenging the top two or three in the championship. Brabbit's done a great season this season. Now, absolutely, probably most improved this season, potentially brilliant stuff indeed there. Keza, like Toy Coin, really, is he's expecting Keza to maybe be in that top five more often than not as well, but only eighth at the moment there. Ninth is Kaz on 51 points. One of the two Ferrari drivers there, who is a lot of pressure on Kaz and Menace Max tonight. That is the top. That is the top nine. The top 10 is actually Equals on 31 points. Good season for Equals. Legends, brilliant season so far. 21 points. And Cam 18. He's really turned his season around with a beautiful last couple of races from himself and the McLaren team. Boxstar, worst season of his career in ALR. Unfortunately, Boxstar's always ever finished second or third in the championship, but has never been languishing this low in a season before. Chapper's most unluckiest driver, in my opinion. There, he's got the speed, but unfortunately, the race trim, it's not always been going his way. Then, Delando, like Camden, has also found a bit of speed as well in that McLaren, which is good to see. Coopers and Soup on 11 points. Indigo on 7. Of course, coming in the last couple of races for the Mercedes team. Knowlesy on 3, Mr. Rachel Bull on 2, and Markey on 0 points a month, but it's only a second or third of official race there. Constructors Championship, Aston Martin leads the way. Leads the way on 282 points. Williams on 273 points. 9 points separates those two teams, which is good stuff indeed there. And I haven't put the standings up. Well, I'm already halfway through anyway. Ferrari third position there on 114 points. Haas on 157 points. RB on 109. Mercedes on 5 points away on 104. 89 points for Alpine. 70 points for the Kick Sauber. 36 for Red Bull. And McLaren, who was so far behind at one stage, is now all of a sudden only 6 points away, as we've already got track action there. And that is one of the Mercedes, I think, is about to be released onto the circuit. It is indeed. In the joint constructors, then it is Ferrari leads the way, 68 points. And so, of course, the Tifosi will be expectant of the beloved Ferrari team. Alpine are second then on the 68 points. Then there's a 43-point gap between themselves and third place Aston Martin. Mercedes 14 points away from third position, and so good season so far for Mercedes. Williams on fifth position on a 463. RB on 418. 396 for the Haas team. They're about 22 points away. Big old gap between the Haas and the Red Bull, though. 142 points separates 7th and 8th position there. 44 points separates the Kick Sauber and the Red Bull team. And then McLaren there on 62 points. Unfortunately, it's been a bad season for McLaren in gold, silver, and bronze. It's been a shocking season, actually, to be fair. Let's not let's not beat around the bush. It has been pretty horrific, hasn't it, from the team from Woking? I've never seen a joint constructors have so little points at this stage of the season. Absolutely shocking stuff indeed. I've almost knocked me up Monster over as well. Just got Laser out on circuit end in the Haas team. So good stuff indeed there for Laser then, who I think really performed absolutely stupendously well in his debut. So really good stuff indeed there for Laser, making their second appearance here tonight. Of course, got sixth position 2 weeks ago. So great to see Laser back in the car. Big fan of Laser, and I'm hoping that I'm hoping for a good result as well. As for Laser, of course, but of course I shouldn't be too. Am I going to be hoping for Laser to have a better result than anyone else? Absolutely not. Also, David on tonight as well for Lewis Riley here in the Red Bull. Then, so excited to see what Lewis can do then in the Red Bull. So we'll keep an eye on Lewis's times as well. Then Cass on the medium tyres and it's coming out of the parabolic course and Michele Alboreto turn. I do not know. Choppers fire. Kian Chow. I thought Chow was goodbye, was it? I don't know, to be honest. So just watch the layers go into the first chicane now. Look at that breaking down into locking up the inside front shoulder of the tyre. It's got a rain card saying, oh goodness me. Raining around here then. I can't, of course, the most famous Italian Grand Prix I remember in the wet is obviously 2008 Italian Grand Prix, where, of course, a certain Sebastian Vettel took his first ever Grand Prix win. And technically Minardi's first ever Grand Prix win as well before they became the Toro Rosso. And then, of course, they won again in 2020 with Pierre Gasly when they were the AlphaTauri team then. So rich history for that team. Then, of course, now they're the RB team, so Equaz and Toy Coin, can they make a bit of history for themselves here tonight? Laser then just going under the old bank there before we come into Ascari, which I don't think, is it got the new a new Ascari on here? No, it looks a bit old to me. Coming down the back straight now. Apologies, I was apologies. I was just trying to manoeuvre myself a bit in better position. Gian, I'm going to predict Immortals quali and race again. Then, oh goodness me, I'd like to hear what your prediction is. And coming across the line, Laser goes to a 20.3 so far. And where is Lewis? I hear you ask. And here is Lewis. And into the second of the two Lesmos. I gotta be careful of that. It's now coming down the down over the bank as well, of course, where he just Laser just fly past as well. And so, of course, this is Riley's first ever race in ALR. A lovely pink helmet as well, then, which, of course, makes me very happy indeed. Then, of course, I don't think Riley cares about if he makes me happy or not, but Riley does care about how they do on in terms of where they start on the grid then for the Italian Grand Prix coming up in just a few moments' time. I say a few moments' time, of course, we've got qualifying 1, 2, and 3, which says next season potentially. That's one of the rule changes. It was as Riley goes third fastest so far. 10th second away from Kaz, who's done his time on the medium to compound tires. So a good session there for Kaz. One of the rules that is going to be discussed for from the stewards, the admins going forward for next season. A lot of there's not many rule changes, I don't think, going into season 12 of ALR. One of them is potentially could be qualifying formats and things like that. Of course, as just watching Kaz just crawl back to the pits. Well, bearing in mind, Coop as in Soup has got a qualifying ban. That's why he's out of qualifying. I believe that's the case. Anyway, otherwise I am making a really bad assumption there. Assumption there, and I am a very naughty man indeed. And evening to you, Rocket Lee. We have also got. Here's my prediction for tonight. Immortal P1 with an 18.8 in terms of time. That's very accurate. Goodness gracious me. We'll talk about the qualifying time from last season in just a few moments as we're just watching the top three drivers here. Just you have. As Laser's going for a second bite of cherry here, I believe, Ben, or was, but it looks like I'm wondering if he's made a mistake there and Laser's actually might be coming back into the pits. But only 3 drivers have set a time so far in this qualifying session as they crawl back into the garage. Having said that, Calvin's going for another bite of cherry after doing a cool down lap and harvesting as well, then to get a bit more percentage in this battery. One thing that I struggled with on Wednesday, apart from slowing the car down and also deciding to take out Cam and who else I'll take out? And Sick as Mug, shamefully. Goodness gracious me, that's why you should never allow amateurs onto the circuit, as I thought that my skill was better than what it was, trying to go flat out through Ascari and on lap 1, no less, and unfortunately I lost a lot of skill and went into the barrier. And unfortunately, I took 2 drives with me. However, luckily enough, I think that Cam got a podium, didn't he? And 100%, which is good stuff indeed. Sadly for Sick as Muck, he did recover nicely, but unfortunately for Sick as Muck, I think he had another collision at Ascari as well. But this time it was not anything to do with me. Having said that, it possibly was something to do with me, because potentially he probably he got a lot of dirty air out of my rear posterior here. Here comes Kazan flicking out of Ascari and down the back straight. Where was I? We've also got P5 for the race, says Kian as well. Then. So Immortal then, I think, so pole position for Immortal and P5 for Immortal as well. Immortal would probably love a Grand Prix win, potentially, but unfortunately for Immortal's really good in qualifying, but unfortunately race trim there, not as quick. That is Kaz looking strong, isn't he? Kaz, a driver who is just broken into, well, he's in the top 10, but I'm wondering if he wants to be a bit further up as well. Kaz has had a bit of an up and down season. He certainly has a lot of pace in this Ferrari, but has not been able to show it very consistently, in my opinion, which my opinion doesn't really count, to be honest. And I might be making absolute horrific, throwing a bit of shade on Kaz, which is shameful enough, to be honest. But that is my assessment of the situation so far. Having said that, my assessment is not very, it's not very important. Let's go gold, says Knowlesy. Evening McLaren number 1. Serious, I should say this. Absolutely, as I did finish in a very impressive 7th position, which became 6th, I think. So, over the moon. That's my best result of the season. To be honest, I did bottle podium, which is nothing unusual, to be fair. I started to drive, very stiff. I started to overthink what I was doing and things like that. And to be honest, a lot of drivers, I would say probably about 95 to 99% of ALR drivers don't even have that problem. But I got very nervous towards the end of that, and and also, I did also hear Knowlesy got very concerned as well with some of my overtakes there. I must say though, it's very easy to get stuck on side pods of your competitors. I must say, I kept every now and again that I normally got stuck on some of the side pod. And I thought I was going to be in an almighty accident there. Here's Marky then, hoping to get some points on the board in car 19 in the kick Sauber there, dialing the straight, coming down into the Parabolica. My 2 aunties, Sean, 1 and 2. Says Serious Russia. Hashtag ALR for Equals. And evening, Sean. Hello, racers. Good luck to Golden with Camera Racer. 10 euros as well is that Marky goes at fast, second fastest. Faster the soft runners there, but once again, Kaz on those two Lapode tire, medium tires, is absolutely flying out there. Here comes Cam now, one of the drivers who I did absolutely destroy on Wednesday. Shamefully enough, here comes Knowlesy, who witnessed the absolute trifling that I did in Ascari. Out of the final turn, there comes Knowlesy, goes third fastest in front of Laser and Riley at the moment. Brabbit also just coming out on circuit as well. Cam there just going underneath the bridge then, and he's gone purple in the second sector. But taking too much curb there in Ascari. That's his time done and dusted. Lights there in the kick Sauber. Light seems to be living in that kick Sauber at the moment. There is he's always in that kick Sauber, it feels like. I think he was in the Ferrari last time he raced. Legends out just into the second. Les Moser going a bit wide. The car looking very unstable. Toy Coin now just coming into the final turn as well. Thank you very much to Camera Racer with the €10 donation, which will be going towards my advent calendar, which I'm excited to crack open in 2 months' time. Toy Coin fastest there on a 19.5 straight out of the blocks there. Toy Coin not messing at all then, but Toy Coin there, the one lap speed there for Toy Coin has never been in question for me. He has been superb indeed. Remember his F2 days, he was on pole position more often than not. When the Haas cars is coming around the corner, and I think we got Lights there just finishing off fair lap as well. No, I got the wrong kick, Sauber, to be honest there. Who was that jumped up the order? I think it was Legends there just coming across the line there. Laser just coming out of the final turn there to start their lap pass. Wow, then. Where's Lights then? I hear us, and here is Lights then in the Kick Sauber. Quite a lot of percentage in that Kick Sauber. Chappers goes third fast in the Winnie, fantastic. But Lights goes right behind him now by 600 a second in full position, but in front of his teammate Marky at the moment. My word, as I was an absolute pig last night, by the way. I had a cheeky takeaway, but I decided to have the full shebang. I had a burger and a kebab, and a large portion of chips, and I am suffering today. Let's just say that I've been spending a lot of my day in the lavatory as Indigo goes out fast as a good time now for Indigo in the Mercedes-Benz machine. Lovely. So that's 10 positions that we have sorted out. Having said that, we haven't sorted them out at all because drivers has got as many laps as they want, really. Obviously, they are going to be limited by the factors of those 4 round black things that is attached to the car, which is those tyres, of course. And as I've got a huge locker coming into pit lane, Kez, so fast as goodness gracious me. Whatever what I was saying about Kez and Toyko in the build-up, that absolutely slammed me down and slapped me with a wet fish. Fantastic from Keza. Up into 4th position, really good something. Laser going across the line and 6 fast again, underlining this man's potential, and I absolutely love it. Really good stuff indeed there for Laser, and very excited to see the likes of Laser and Lewis in the... not Lucas, and Lewis Riley in the races as well. Percy goes fast, of course, in the championship, and has now got a comfortable 10 points there. I say that with tongue in cheek, because those two have been swapping positions, swapping positions there, Menace off the circuit in the second lap, so he's going to be kicking himself at that, and that lap ruined there for Menace, but if he probably continued that lap, he'll probably still be quite high up, because Menace has got a lot of speed at the moment. Sam Swift Ninja does quicker go faster still, and is 2/10 of a second in front of his championship rival. Sam Swift making, I think, trying to make it as no scares as in this qualifying session there, as Menace is going to go for another bite of the cherry now. 4 minutes ago in this qualifying session, I say 4 minutes, so 4.5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes would probably be more accurate. Says Russia, evening camera. Hello, Odie, but Goldie, says Camera Racer, I'll take it. I always drive stiff, says Serious Mercy, goodness gracious me. To be honest, I'm usually in a party, as we're on board with Menace Max, goes 14 fast, and of course he didn't run out, he ran wide, but he lost too much time, which is why the track wasn't invalidated. That wasn't invalidated. There's a Mortal going to start a lap now, as is Cam coming out of Kerber Grande, or is it Grande? I'm in the party normally with Farf and Farf Mushroom and Kiki, and I gotta say I don't even know how they stopped me in there, because I must say I get very agitated quite quickly. So just on board with Cam. That's probably why Kiki had it off in the going on the start-finish straight. Albeit there was some interesting there was an exchange of words, wasn't there, between Kiki and gosh, I got brain fog at the moment. I think it was Astra John, was it? They had an incident on the start finish rate, and I must say I'm surprised more incidents don't happen like that. Astra John had a lot of overspeed there, and unfortunately was kind of boxed in there. And I don't think he realised that he was fully past Kiki. And unfortunately, they came to blows there, and Kiki was out of the race. Cam going at 13 fastest there in the McLaren Mercedes. Menace Max just about to finish off their lap. We have got Immortal going 6 at the moment. Then Menace going second fast there. I'm still living in old times there. So we've got a couple of drivers that have finished their qualifying sessions. Percy, Kaz, and Toy Coin. They're happy with their performance. They're currently in the drop zone at the moment. Kaz is off the circuit, and Kaz is out of qualifying. He's just up in front of us, and Wallace having the cars there, and that's a very unusual place, and that's well away from Ascari, and Kaz is out of qualifying, and Ferrari's hearts are going to be sinking in the grandstands, and that is not a good start at all for Kaz. What has happened there? I must admit, on the track map, I wasn't really looking too hard. Was there a car around him, potentially? Bradley goes 6th fastest. Equal's on the lap now, but Kaz out of qualifying. We're just going to talk about the drop zone, but my goodness gracious me, that is a horror show for Kaz, and hopefully Kaz will enlighten us of what's going on, and potentially we'll have a look, see what is occurring. Oh dear, that's not ideal at all, is it there? A yellow flag in just in the final parabolic at the moment. I don't really know what happened there, unless it was something similar to the Astra John and Kiki incident on the start-finish straight. But my goodness me, Cam's out of qualifying as well. So Cam can't do any better than that, and they are out of qualifying. Delando has just started a lap as well. Delando as the former bronze champion, and I've got to say, it's all pressurised at the moment. Sam Swift in top from the session. Equals goes 13th fastest. Indigo currently in the drop zone as well. And Indigo is crawling, but he does have 90 seconds to go then. So maybe Indigo is thinking. Thinking of me. Oh, Delando's invalidated their time, and he's got about 80 seconds to go in this qualifying session. Now, he's going to have to be doing a lot of harvesting now, Delando is said. Otherwise, he's out of qualifying as well. The Urus deployment there is quite important, isn't it, in these modern day machines? And I think that Delando is going to be kicking himself. He's going to go for it again, but he's got no battery. So Delando is really hamstrung. I'm surprised that Delando didn't back off there, put some battery, get some harvesting on the go, and potentially go through. Markey is off. Markey's out of qualifying as well. What's that? Markey's gone in the wall. We've had 2 victims of the wall here in Monza in qualifying. Goodness gracious me. What is going on, folks? I don't know, to be honest. Incredible stuff indeed. Markey out qualifying as well. We could only have 13 runners out for qualifying 2 here at the moment there. Cam is gone. Oh, my wrist. And so hopefully Cam hasn't hurt his wrist too much there. He got a bit of grass on the camera somehow there. Cam is, that's not good for Cam then. Of course, remember, Danny Ricciardo damaged his wrist when he crashed in Zandvoort last season, didn't he? Then when he was trying to avoid fellow countryman, the man who ironically took his place in the McLaren, Oscar Piastri there. And of course, Ricciardo missed 5-6 races. They're on board with Riley here, using a bit of slipstream. Now, I'm not sure how much slipstream that would have given Riley, but any slipstream would help him no less. And Nosey's got up to 6 fast. It's good stuff indeed. And in front of teammate Brabbitt there. So that's a statement of intent there for the Alpine driver. Nosey in the drop zone, in the relegation. As Riley out of qualifying, but improves by 3/10 of a second. But it's not enough to get him out of qualified, unfortunately. Delando there, who's coming into the pits now, doesn't have enough fuel by the looks of things. That's why. That's probably why he didn't back off. So Delando in 20th position, Cooper in 19th, Cam in 18th position there. And Indigo's invalidated their time as well. So we have lost 7 drivers in this qualifying session here. Goodness gracious me. Feels like we've got a full grid, haven't we, of 24 cars. But Delando out, Coop out, Cam out, Riley out, then Indigo out as well, followed by Markey and Kaz out of qualifying as well. Markey and Kaz have crashed. There is no T cars in Formula 1 these days. So once you're out then, of course. Remember in 1999 then, the Japanese Grand Prix, for example, you can say almost every old qualifying session now. But 99, of course, quite apt because Eddie Irvine was fighting for the championship with Mika Hakkinen in Suzuka, as Lights has gone to a very superb second position there. Good stuff indeed there for Lights. Eddie Irvine there crashed at the hairpin, didn't he? And took off both wheels. Had to dash back to the garage to get into the T car, and I think he salvaged third position that day. Otherwise, that would have been a horror show for Eddie Irvine. Unfortunately, didn't go on to win. Sam Swift there looking very happy with himself, who's fast in this qualifying session, 4,500 second in front of Lights, who just popped in a good time there. But I think the story of the day is, well, we got a couple of stories of the day in here. Delando did not get a timing, out of qualified. Cooper as in Soup there, naughty driver there, of course, got a parish notice there, out of qualified. Cam down in 20th position, and McLaren's Renaissance has unfortunately hit a blip tonight. Riley in 70th position, Indigo in 16th, and then Markey and Kaz have both crashed and both out of qualifying. Only 13 drivers in the qualified. Kaz touched the grass, and my car going all over the place. After I just touched it, the wall, my wrist was just almost broke there. Kaz saying, and I'm not surprised on that far part of the circuit, because that is quite a high speed going through there, aren't you? So not ideal at all then for Kaz, and he'll be starting 15th on the grid, unfortunately. Sorry, folks, if you heard me yawn there, as I was trying to find me mute button there, and unfortunately I lost it. My mute button was upside down, and it would have just I don't know what it would have done, to be honest, but I don't want to know. Qualifying two's up now, 15 minutes to go in this qualifying session now. Come on, Immortal, says Aki, and tonight then. Of course, we've got some big milestones coming up in ALR, haven't we? as it is the 50th Grand Prix start tonight for Marky. Happy 50th to Marky. Unfortunately, Marky is celebrate that 50th start by going into the wall, unfortunately. But I can't say much, Marky, because I must admit I took out two of my competitors when I did that on Wednesday. If only that was on purpose. Well, to be honest, if it was on purpose, I would have probably been banned there. Unfortunately, I'm not that skilled to even try that. To be honest, I have enough issues trying to go straight, to be honest, without even thinking about what my competitors are doing. I got knocked out again. It says Indigo, unfortunately. So Indigo feeling a bit frustrated in that Mercedes, unfortunately, there for Indigo. Just on board with Menace Max then, who is on a outlap at the moment. Of course, Vintage I think it's going to be a Grand Prix away from reaching the 100 mark then, which is really good stuff indeed. I'm sure in silver I seen one driver who was it in silver also reaching quite a high margin of races. Yeah, it was Reflection making his 100th start as well in Azerbaijan in 2 weeks' time then. So with Reflection, which Reflections has not missed a silver Grand Prix ever since he made his debut then. Very similar to Serious Mushroom. Those two drivers have not missed any ALR action in terms of championships. In fact, and fantastic stuff indeed. Really good stuff there. As they're just accelerating away and going over the grid hatchings as well. So Menace Max starting their lap now, as I am going to sit back a bit because my stomach is gurgling. As anyone knows, I have had a really horrific takeaway last night, and I've been spending a lot of my day in the lavatory. Menace Max coming out of turn one. I don't know why you want to know that, but I'm sure that's basically what my day's been about. As well as watching Tottenham doing a very Spursy thing, and unfortunately bottling a 2-goal lead. To be fair, Brighton was absolutely flying, weren't they? Really good stuff indeed. That the young Japanese right midfielder, very good indeed. What's his name? Mintaro or something like that. I was only half listening, to be honest, whilst I was having an absolute rage about my laptop. Just watching Menace Max go through the second of the two Lesbos there. Of course, Hamilton crashed there, abruptly ended his 2009 championship challenge, even though it wasn't really a challenge to be honest, but officially it did not come out of the championship, unfortunately. Of course, the other talking of which, the number of races as well was also high on the ALR stewards agenda as well, as potentially maybe limited to 20 races a season, which to be fair is what I think the real F1 should do. Maybe not 20 races, but I feel that 24, 25 is too much now. Don't get me wrong, I love F1, but I do feel that sometimes too much of a good thing does not maybe do the product justice potentially. Laser going second fastest, Immortal in third at the moment there. Immortal is on medium tires, as is Laser as well. Equal's going at fifth fastest there with Brabbit not actually doing a lot there, because it was actually Sam Swift Ninja who's 2/10 of a second away and about 500 of a second away from Laser. Actually, it's 200 of a second away there. I'm reading something completely different. Nosey out on circuit and Legends comes across the line, goes full fast. Well, a lot of drivers on medium tires here. Now, this is interesting. Is that because they're trying to save tires for the main event, the race itself, or are they saving tires for the qualifying free? What are they doing here? It's incredible stuff indeed. Then to be honest, I have absolutely no idea. Of course, answer on the postcard, ladies and gentlemen, please. As I don't really know. Here's Knowlesy, who had a good qualifying attempt at the end there. I think he finished 6th at the end, didn't he? Knowlesy did that, but unfortunately, I'm doing a bit of harvesting there. Knowlesy 6th fastest out of the 7th runner so far. Gurman, former 2021 world champion, of course, season 6 world champion in ALR terms. I'll be back next season, Sean, just taking a break to charge my batteries again for a title push. That's good to hear, Gurman, of course. Gurman, I don't think, no disrespect to Gurman, I do think the ground effect cars have not suited Gurman, I don't think, then potentially. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn there, potentially, but that's just my run of the mill anyway, but perhaps I'm just speaking absolute boulder dash. Of course, Gurman is recharging the battery, so before making a title challenge next season in gold then, and potentially, of course, next season, potentially we may not have as many as 24 races, which I don't think we do in the second season anyway, because then it would clash with the new game comes out, and I really hope I really hope that next year's game. I like this year's game. Don't get me wrong. I think it's the best F1 game over the last two, in my opinion, of 22 and 23. I know that might be a bit of a contentious subject, but I would. But of course, it's not as good as F1 21, and not as good as certainly not as good as F1 2020, in my opinion. Now, F1 2020, I'm sure they had classic cars and short circuits as well, which is absolutely beautiful. Did ALR run a race in short Bahrain? I don't think we did in the end, but we certainly had the lockdown laps madness, didn't we? Where we had all sorts of weird and wonderful streams going on during lockdown. Of course, one of them was hide and seek, which is quite fun, to be honest. Really good stuff indeed. I got stuck at the pit lane, to be honest, there, but I don't think in Silverstone, which is not ideal. I don't think I technically last at the track, did it? So I don't think I won that one, unfortunately. There we go. We also had. I think you had races backwards as well, which I reckon that'd be a really cool idea to have swap the tracks to go around backwards there for just like just to see how they would race, because some of them are actually pretty difficult to do. As we just got Percy coming out of the final turn now. Kian then we saying that no, because the race is full wet. This is a sign of a full wet race. Oh, is it? So that's what, of course, Kian the championship challenger for bronze. Of course, Kian knows exactly the signs of what's occurring at this moment then, and that's what, and Kian reckons there's going to be a full wet race there. And as we mentioned, we already spoke about the wet races there in the past here in Monza, and even though I can only remember one off the top of my head, to be fair, which was the 2008 one, where Sebastian Vettel won in the Toro Rosso there. Of course, that was his first Grand Prix win, and ironically, Toro Rosso won their first Grand Prix before the Red Bull team, which was interesting, wasn't it? Of course, in the Red Bull guys, and not in the Stewart guys, which of course was a former identity of Red Bull, because Stewart became Jaguar, and then of course Jaguar became Red Bull in 2005. Of course, a lovely history lesson there for anyone that was interested, which I highly doubt anyone was interested in, was probably yawning into their Sunday evening dinner or whatever you'll be doing at the moment there. Is that Keza now just starting out, and Keza doing a good job actually in qualifying one, which is really good stuff indeed there. We have got a member up there, Kian, Nagu, then there's, I don't really know what that means, but good stuff indeed. Great to have you along for the stream. We've also got Germinator's yellow flag out there, but do not worry about that. We'll worry about it if the car stops and retires from the race. Been racing for 4 years without a break, and I was burnt out then and need a break, and pushed towards something then. Yeah, the best stuff came from 2020, 21. I don't like these ground effects there. I don't like them either. I think that the best F1 games were certainly F1 2020 and 2021. I quite like 2019 as well, to be fair, and 2018. I do admit the 22, 23, 22 and 23. I like 22 was bad. 23 was okay, but 24 I've really enjoyed this game, and I've enjoyed it that much. I've really got back. I've enjoyed racing, to be honest. And also getting back behind the wheel. However, unfortunately, a lot of my competitors probably disagrees with that. Of course, and I think that a lot of my competitors disagree with that. And Cam and Sigur's Motor very much disagrees with that after my shenanigans on Wednesday. Keza going at second fast at the moment now. Good stuff indeed there for Keza. This is not to arrange the top 10. This is only to arrange 11th down to 13th. Of course, we've had two retirements in qualifying one, unfortunately, which was Kaz and Marky, both hitting the wall. Kaz has hurt his wrist there. Hopefully, it is just, hopefully it's nothing too serious there. Get a bag of peas on there, and hopefully Kaz will be fine. And Moulton going to third fastest in the Mercedes. A good stuff indeed for Moulton. I think that's safe there. We're just 5 minutes ago in the qualifying session. On board with Equals there. It's coming out of the Parabolica or the Michele Alboreto turn, depending on your choice of corner name there. And of course, that is why we love these circuit names. As Equals goes 7 faster. We love the corner names, don't we? Laser going for a second bottom chair on medium tires again. Then, as you already heard from Kian in the comments there, we are potentially talking about a wet race there. Of course, I'm trying to remember another wet Italian Grand Prix. There's been a lot of wet qualifying. I don't know, 2017 there was a wet qualifying, wasn't there, where Hamilton was really impressive indeed, and Grosjean aquaplaned off there, which was quite scary. Or was that 2018? Goodness me, I think it might have been 2018. No, I think it was 2017. We had a wet qualifying around here. As Laser taking too much curb out of the second chicane there, and unfortunately that is probably ruined his lap, to be fair. We don't have the Delta for Laser, but Laser will have the Delta on his steering wheel and, of course, on the HUD that he's got. So I feel that Laser's probably going to be a bit frustrated with that one, unfortunately. So he's going to have to back off. Ooh, my word. Gosh, I've got real bad indigestion. I must say I am really regretting my choices that I made last night. Absolutely shocking stuff indeed. Then, so just got a Laser coming down the back straight, and so what's his Laser going to do? Is he going to come into the pits there? Equals will probably coming into the pits as he's only done a one time on those soft tires. And as we've got lights out there on the back part of the circuit. Up a curve Grande, then comes Lights at taking a lot of curve there, and almost similar to what Laser did just a few moments ago. And unfortunately, that is also going to hurt his time as well. Laser into the second of the two Lesmos, and of course, that's beautifully done there. If you get that second, at Lesmo right, then you just hook the wheel and it goes around absolutely sweet as a nut, doesn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed there for Laser. Done a 53.0 in the second split time here, then is doing a lovely little bit of a drift there over the curb circuit out of a Scary chicane, and now one corner to go. It's the Parabolica. We have a lot of Parabolicas in Formula 1, or used to. I remember the other Parabolica corner we had was the final corner in Portugal in Estoril, not in the new circuit there in the Archive. Across the line, Lights goes 9 faster. I don't think that's going to be very comfortable for Lights, unfortunately. 3 minutes to go in this qualifying session. I feel that if Lights got any fuel left, he's going to do this one. It's going to be a harvesting lap then. If I remember by the cherry, Sam Swift Ninja, second in the World Championship, is out there as well now. Oh, goodness me. Now that is interesting. So just going to focus on Nosey for a few moments then, and he's going to wind it up and let it go. On board with Nosey there with the traditional black helmet then for Knowles then out to the final turn then, and here we go across the line then. As you can see, Knowlesy is very much sticking right to the left part of the circuit here, and this is very difficult. You've got to spot your braking points as well. Where is it? Goodness gracious me, just before the 50-meter board there for Alexander. Very fantastic stuff indeed, and accelerates away, going through Curva Grande as well now, or it's Grande, but I like to say Grande for some reason, probably because I'm a what's her name? An Ali, I don't know. What's that singer's name? Grande, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, into the second chicane as well, which I forgot what the chicane's called. I'm getting old, you see, folks, and ever since I've turned 35, I struggle to remember anything these days, or anything which is important, which, of course, one of the most important things in the world is remembering Formula 1 corner names. Out of the second Lesmo for Knowles. Then I remember that corner quite well, probably for obvious reasons. Going under the bank, and then before powering back up into the Ascari chicane now, and 2/10 of a second up, a quarter of a second up for Knowles. That is not... Oh, that was okay. He was on the same pace as his teammate, but he's invalidated their time, has Knowlesy. And unfortunately, that could be curtains for the former Grand Prix winner and a two-time pole sitter as well, Knowlesy. And so I think the Knowlesy could be out qualifying here. Unfortunately, would like to have... Unfortunately, would probably like to have repeated the lap that they had at the end of qualifying one there. But unfortunately for Knowlesy, out of qualifying by the looks of things. Unless I am counting my chickens before they hatch, which potentially is a wrong thing to do, especially around Easter. Across the line, Toy Coin goes faster on a 19.232. Wow, a great time indeed there. I only looked at last season's pole position time, actually. Shocking stuff indeed. I'll get myself sorted out in just a jiffy. But before we do, here comes Sam Swift. Quarter of a second up in the second split time here from Sam Swift. A bit of battery as well as it powers down the back straight then before coming into the Parabolica and accelerated away then for Sam Swift. Then it's more of a arrive and drive kind of corner, isn't it? That's why we love it. Out of the final turn, and Sam Swift, Toy Coin's great time has been eclipsed by Sam Swift by a quarter of a second. I say eclipsed because a quarter of a second in the F1 trim is quite a big margin. I think Knowlesy might actually get another time in. He's run out of fuel, unfortunately, though, Knowlesy. I said that is a big shame indeed. That Legend is starting their lap then. Lights is invalidated, but Lights has got about 19 seconds there to make it to the checkered flag. And here comes Brabbit then. Oh, starting his lap, I apologise. Knowlesy out of qualifying there, but Brabbit going very deep into turn one as Lights made it. No, Lights hasn't made it. Oh, goodness me. And I think that I think he's missed the pit lane as well, Lights has there, and finished 10th. And I hate to say it, but I think the Lights might be out of qualifying here. I'm looking for that second RB, which is Toy Coin, who's coming back in the pits now. So Toy Coin's not doing another time. Laser's invalidated their time as well. Unfortunately for Laser, Laser might be looking over his shoulder very nervously as well here. Chapper's Head just coming under the old bank in there. And who's that car in front of us? I think that's Brabbit, is it? No, it isn't Brabbit. I'm looking for Sam Swift Ninja. I think I am now going to stick with Chapper's Head, who will have a cheeky slipstream here. I love that. A cheeky slipstream there for Sam Swift Ninja there. And that's going to help Chapper's no end here. And look at this, and Chapper's out is using that slipstream perfectly for the Williams team there. And maybe Sam Swift would want Chappers to maybe return the favour for Eddie's going for pole position in just a few moments' time here. And, oh no, maybe not. There's that pole as that she was not helped at all. Legends has got 8 fastest. There's Brabbit in the background. Brabbit goes 6 fastest. A good time in the end there for Brabbit, who makes it through. Lucas Percy stays in 6th position as well. Lucas Percy a bit off the 8 ball there. Legends is Equals is through as well to qualifying 3. Unfortunately, out of qualifying is Lights then, and Chapper's out of qualifying as well by 300ths of a second there. My word, that was quite close indeed, wasn't it? But unfortunately, close but no cigar. Sadly, for those 3 drivers then, who'll be starting 11th, 12th, and 13th. If you just joined us, you got Kaz, who will be starting from 14th on the grid, and Mark, who will be starting from 15th there because they crashed out in qualifying 1, sadly, and that is not looking ideal for the race itself. We are expecting heavy rain by the looks of things of how the tyre strategy's gone on. That I didn't spot that, by the way. That was Kian that spotted that. Then of course that's why Kian is a seasoned veteran and why he is very high up in the championship in bronze. So just watching Legends there just tore back into the garage now then, unfortunately, as Lights will be taking no further part in this qualifying session, and he's going to be a spectator like you and I. Chapper's out, Lights out, and Nosey out as well there. Into qualifying 3, these are runners and riders. Sam Swift, Toy Coin, Menace Max, Keza, Immortal, Lucas, for some reason I say Lucas, like Percy, Brabbit, Equals, Laser, and Legend. Who is going to be on pole position then? Out of that crew then, my word, that I'm going to be honest, I have no idea, which makes it very fascinating indeed then. Last season's pole position time was set by Boxstyle for 1:18.546 then, which is 0.2 of a second off of Kian's pole, 3/10 of a second off of Kian's prediction time by Immortal, as I think it was at 18.8, wasn't it, or something like that. Good stuff indeed there. But of course, in terms of pole positions, then over the history of Monza, Boxstar has been on pole positions for the last 2 seasons here. Mr. Rage is on pole position here in that superb lap around here back in season 8, I should say, not 2008. My word. In season 8 there for Mr. Rage there, we have also had Boxstar on pole position. Boxstar's dominated pole positions around here. He's been on pole position 3 times. Germer's on pole position back in season 6 there. Emerson on pole position in season 5 there, an 18.2 for Emerson in that season. And the same in the season before that. Emerson was actually, believe it or not, between season 4 and 5, that was 2 pounds a second between Emerson's first pole position and second pole position. I love that. And then of course season 3 was Young Lights was on pole position back here in season 3. UF1 in season 2, and Bradbury in season 1 there. So yeah, I must say that if Boxer was driving here tonight, I think I would be putting my money on Boxer to be on pole position. He's been on pole position 3 times here in his career. Keza out on circuit, so is his teammate Laser as well. We're going to see any slipstreaming. We haven't mentioned that at all, have we? And I think the first time of any slipstreams we have seen between teammates was the Williams team at the end of qualifying 2, but that didn't go too well because I think the champion was abandoning his time anyway. So Sam Swift might be a bit disappointed by that because he probably would have liked his teammate of Chappers to be in this qualifying session to give him a tow potentially. So we do have the 2 Haas's there, but of course, very importantly, we don't have Troy in here tonight. We have Laser, which means that Laser is not a full-time driver then, so we may not be feeling too helpful there with Laser trying to get a full-time seat in ALR potentially. What about the other teammates in the top of the field then? Equals and Toy Coin might be able to help each other out potentially, or maybe slipstream is not a good idea at all. I think that's the only other teammates in here, isn't there? Goodness gracious me! Of course, I think that Menace would have been expecting his teammate Kaz to be in this one. Unfortunately, Kaz had a bit of a bump there, and is at this part of the circuit here, as unfortunately has hurt his wrist. That is the big talking point out of this qualifying session so far. Is Kaz has crashed out of qualifying. One of the Ferrari drivers there. Remember, it's quite a important week for Ferrari drivers there. But Kaz, unfortunately, has not had a good start at all. Hurting his crashed out in qualifying too, and means that they're going to be starting 14th on the grid, and also hurting their wrists as well. Then, of course, a lot of drivers do use steering wheels. I'm not that OP, unfortunately, and I use a controller, as mainly because I will be able to sit in the seats anyway, because I'll probably break them because I've got a very thick boy rear. Here comes Keza down into the second chicane there, and here comes Keza, and of course, it's gone purple in section 1 because all the times have been white from qualifying 2 and 1. Whatever you've done up till now, unfortunately, doesn't make a blind bit of difference now, because now it is about what you can do in this qualifying session alone, and Keza has kept it on circuit somehow. I think he's probably lost a bit of time there, as it's going very, far too wide, I think, into the second Lesbian, but that was incredible how he kept it in bounds. I love it. Keza absolutely thrown it against the wall here, hopefully not literally, but very much like pasta, and seeing if it sticks, and it certainly is there for Keza, albeit just about for the Haas car. And now coming down to the final parabolic as well, on the Michele Alboreto turn there, one of the legendary Ferrari drivers in the mid-80s. Out of the final turn now for Keza, coming up to the line then, a bit of harvesting there for the Haas car, pole position on a 19.2 so far. That is the benchmark. I'm looking for Laser, who's invalidated their time, unfortunately, so Laser, he cannot compare. Here comes Percy, the championship leader, second fastest, 2/10 a second away at the moment there. What about Immortal in the background? They're just starting that quick lap, and I see one of the RBs, do I? Yes, it is Equels who's third fastest third fastest. Sam Swift Ninja then crossed the line and is going for another bite of cherry now, because Sam Swift has invalidated his first time, unfortunately. Toy Coin then is certainly in the conversation, I feel, for pole position here tonight. Coming down, yellow flag in turn 1 there, and whoa, my goodness me, I thought he was going off into an Antoletti style crash there, out of into the parabolic of a Toy Coin knows it. Pole position for Toy Coin there in the RB car. Really good stuff. The Brabham goes 4 fast in the Alpine there, 19.8, and these times are actually quite spread out. Menace Max has abandoned the car, and well, not abandoned the car literally, but he's in the pits now. What about Laser? Laser is in the second part of the circuit as well then. Laser's looks like is not going for broke here, but Immortal is going for broke here then. And look at that, he's got a lovely bit of slipstream there. It's just the perfect length, I feel, for him to get a slight toe on his Mercedes car, and there's a punch and a big old hole in the head and flicking it into the parabolic, and now a bit of curb on the inside there. I think that Immortal might have been taking too much curb potentially. Out of the far turn, and goodness me, there's some kind of shenanigans going on the pit lane. Immortal is third fast at the moment there. No one's in the 18s just yet. Legends also out of parabolic as well then, and what can Legends do? And that's a lot of urge he's still got, so Legends done a really good job in terms of harvesting the urge. Unfortunately though, for Legends there, I think that he's done too well of a job there. Into the pits comes Sam Swift, so Sam Swift AP has not set a time yet so far. Percy in 4th at the moment. That's the 2 championship rollers. Menace Max there has not set a time. It's all pressure for these drivers now. We've just one more time run to go, unless someone can squeeze out a second time run. We've got 6.5 minutes. Maybe? Menace Max is trying it because he's out already. Oh my goodness gracious me, as he flies across that. I think he's using the old Gran Turismo version of the circuit there. Back in Sport was it, where they just went straight on there. Rocket League, I predicted 18.995 for pole. Goodness gracious me, that's fantastic. Now, of course, the question is, what do we make of these corner cuttings and things like that? I think it was discussed, wasn't it, last season in the steward's room very briefly, wasn't it? And I don't think anything was made of it, to be honest, there. However, I do frown upon it, but that's just me. Menace Max, who is just, and the reason why Menace is doing this because he wants a third run here. So that is why Menace is is trying to get around the lap as quickly as possible here. So that's his reason behind it. And Percy also then is also on a quick outlap as well. So I think it's a very contentious subject, isn't there? Well, Percy is not doing what Menace Max has done now. Menace Max is technically, I keep calling him Menace Max, I'm like 2 years behind. Menace has got an advantage here, so that might be up for discussion then potentially, unless I'm just stirring the pot, which, and Serious Mushroom, subscribe to us on YouTube. Thank you very much, Serious Mushroom. I'm very disappointed that you haven't subscribed to us already, unless my emails is about 5 years behind, which is nothing unusual there, as I only realised that I had an email come through about my pre-order of I think it was a very old Call of Duty game. I think it was Modern Warfare 3 actually. Well, not a very old game, it was one of the last ones. But that email only came through the other day, and I think I pre-ordered it back in the summer. Right, Menace Max. I don't know. I think I got a problem with the old email. But yeah, Serious Mushroom has subscribed to us, albeit I've wondered why you're going a bit quiet. To be honest, Serious Mushroom is usually abundance of joy in the abundance of joy, and of course talking, and a very talkative young mushroom as well in the comment section, but he's gone MIA in the past couple of minutes or so. Here comes Menace Max, and hopefully he does go MIA. No, he hasn't there, as he's still flying. And remember, a lot of pressure on Menace now with Kaz, unfortunately out of qualifying now, but Kaz, I am expecting Kaz, and I think Kaz should be expecting as well that he should still finish in the top 10. I do feel that Kaz has the speed for the top 10 here tonight then. Out the final turn there from Menace Max across the line then, and Menace Max on pole position on a 19 flat there, and with 4 minutes to go for Menace Max, then has he got enough time to come back in and and come back out on a new set of tyres there? And maybe as Kian is saying that Menace is flying, he's absolutely flying at the moment, flying very impressively indeed then, as Farfish has gone laugh out loud then, as a 2/10 a second up in the second split time for Percy then, and going into the Oscar chicane, purple in the second split time then. Look at that shot, what a shot there. We send Percy's eyes down, they're super focused now on one more breaking point, and it is the parabolica now, flicks in there, power on then, out to the final turn then. Can the championship leader Percy do anything about it? No, he can't. I'm giving him a big setup, and Percy lets me down. Damn him. Shocking stuff indeed. Later then, coming up into the second chicane now. And I must say, if Percy's gone for pole position there, I am not going to build him up like I did again there. He really baited me, didn't he? Right, we're watching Laser now, as I feel foolish. We're watching that Laser now into the second of the two Les moves here. I love those two Les moves. They're absolutely fantastic. Somebody, I'm very careful again. But I do love those two Les moves. They're fantastic. Somebody that, as now we're just coming up into the Ascari chicane once again, and flicking it into the Ascari chicane now. And I've got to say, this is such a tough old part of the circuit, isn't there? But that Laser absolutely breezed past it. Was very graceful indeed. Sam Swift Ninja has not done a second time run. Menace is back in the pits, so Menace has done that extra run there, and has potentially helped him here, so that is going to be a talking point, I think, maybe after this race, potentially then. Laser has stayed out there with 2 minutes going in this qualifying session. Laser is right behind his teammate, and Kez has emerged out of the garage into the Oscar chicane now, and Brabbit is also emerged out as well. Here we go then, 2 minutes to go for this one then. Just looking at Mercedes, he is looking at Mercedes, he is going to give us an 18.8 there. As Immortal, then Immortal is currently out on circuit as well. He is at 5,900 a second up in the first split time, and Kian wants to see the Mercedes, and we are showing him right now into the first two Lesbos. As Immortal is one of the best qualifiers in ALR history. Is Immortal then? I think his career tally is actually on 10 now, isn't it? For Immortal, hang on, I can't even find him. Yeah, yes, no, he's on 9 pole positions so far as Immortal. This would be his 10th pole position if he gives us an 18.8 tonight then. Or can someone go under the 18.8 and not taking too much on the outside road there for Immortal? As I'm potentially thinking he might just want a bit of stability on the rear posterior there, which is something that I've been asking for years. Out to the final turn there for Immortal. Now onto the loud pedal now. Coming up to the line then. The line is, the finish line's different to the start line. There's the finish line right there. Third fastest out, a 19.1 there. And he's 0.3 of a second away from Kian's prediction there at the moment. There, as I don't like to, of course, name names and things like that. But Kian was very confident in that prediction there. Unfortunately, as Kian's gone 0.2 of a second up. Unless Immortal is going to show us something special if he has another run, then, which I'll be absolutely surprised by, because he's got no battery, has he? Which I'll be absolutely impressed if he can go quicker with no battery. Here comes Kaz, who's currently fourth at the moment on the second row of the grid, sharing it with Immortal. What can Keza do as well then? Out of the final turn, and coming up to the line, and can Keza get on? He's on pole position, and it is an 18-8 for Keza. What a performance there! And that is absolutely mega stuff for the Haas driver. Keza has never been on pole position in his career in ALR before. In gold, I should stress, in gold. But what a performance there for Keza. An 18-8 there. No one has got into the 18s here, and Keza's got quite deep into the 18s. My goodness gracious me. Wow, absolutely incredible stuff indeed. I'm looking for Brabbit, I think. Here he is, Brabbit, 2/10 a second. Brabbit will be in the heart of the third row, I think, between Laser and Percy. Let's see, though, as he comes into the parabolic as well. There, we've got Laser out qualified, and also we've got the Mercedes coming into the pits as well of a Immortal. Here comes Brabbit, stays 7 fastest, 3/10 a second, but not an improvement there. Stays on the 4th row of the grid, unfortunately. Equals is out there. What about Toy Coin? Toy's invalidated! Oh no! And that is a shame for Toy Coin, because he was on my bingo card. On my bingo card list for potential pole position here. Here's Percy. Percy has been a bit behind the 8 ball tonight there, but 8 second fastest there for Percy, and it just puts me in my place there, Percy. That's magnificent stuff for the championship leader. That is why he is the championship leader. What about Sam Swift? It's third. He's on in 18-9 as well, and the two championship rivals are second and third there. Good gracious me. Menace Max has found a bit of time. He should be in the 18s. Has he found anything on the phone? Menace Max is on pole position then for the Italian Grand Prix. Wow, incredible. And there's 18-7 there for Menace Max. That is a mega lap for Menace. And that is pole position for Ferrari. The Scuderia is going wild. That is pole position number 4 of his career for Menace. And magnificent stuff indeed there for the Ferrari team. And for Menace Max as well then. Menace Max there, pole position there by 5,900 a second, and cruelly denies the Haas team, who is basically can be a Ferrari B team in some ways, but cruelly denies Keza, who is going for his first pole position of his career in ALR Gold then. And just at the very end of qualifying, the Ferrari stole that pole position under the nose of Keza, but is on row 1 there. The two charger protagonists of Percy and Sam Swift, 3rd and 4th, and that is juicy. Then we got Toy Coin and Immortal 5th and 6th. 7th is Laser, Legends 8, Brabbit 9th, and Equals in a 10th position there. Incredible stuff indeed then. And I have got real bad cramp now in my belly. Oh dear, oh dear. Is it my 50th Grand Prix start tonight, like saying? It is for gold. It is for gold, my good sir. It's I don't know what your total tally is, because oh my goodness me. And well, it's raining. Did I ever doubt Kian? Absolutely not. But now I'm seeing rain. Oh my goodness gracious me. Unless it's just the sweat coming off of my brow, that's a lot of rain. And this is like the 2008 Italian Grand Prix. This is going to be juicy. And as Nosey said, that with £5 into the account of me as well, it is the Italian special sourcing qualifying free GG Gold. Certainly was, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed there. We've got Rocket League, wow for Kian as well. Holy moly then. Andy Flippy Kong, oh my goodness me. Thank you very much. We have also got 1.5 tenths down in sector 1. I am so happy with P3. Percy said, no disrespect to you, Percy. I thought that, I didn't think he was in the conversation. That is horrific amount of rain there, by the way. That is awful. Oh dear then. I hope all of you brought your umbrellas and everything like that, because you're going to be absolutely wet by the end of this one. My name is Joseph Maria, says Kian. I think that's a result to that meme, isn't it? Oh, Riley and Cam have crashed before we even got off the formation lap. That's not ideal as well. We've also got perfect weather, Big Alice said as well. Thank you very much for joining us for the race today. I absolutely appreciate your company. Keep your comments coming as well. Keep it quotes coming as well, as Andy Flippy Kong also quoted me as well. Fantastic somebody. I do, to be honest, that's the most PG version I can get of that, because I must admit, sometimes I do want to use a bit of profanity, which is of course absolutely shameful stuff for me, because profanity is a big no-no, unless of course you're far. But of course, if you are far, you're probably just saying yarp anyway. Menace Max, pole position number 4 of his career. Keza alongside number 1. Keza, I thought, had his first pole position of his career. That incredible stuff. stuff indeed. Then, how many DNFs into turn one do we reckon? Rocket League 20. If we have 20 DNFs into turn one, then that means that I've had a very short night. Then, unless we want to see Burt My Lander go around on its own, which I think might be quite entertaining as well. Third position is Percy. Fourth. Oh my word! And look at that. Sam Shift Ninja has done a David Coulthard there almost there from 1995. By the way, that haunts me, that David Coulthard image of where he bottled it into the gravel. But Sam Swift Ninja, that's not ideal. They're full wet tires, by the way. I probably should have mentioned that earlier on. Toy Coin in fifth, Immortal 6th with Legends and Laser 7th and 8th position, but Laser is 7th, Legends in 8th. Brabbit in 9th position, Equals in 10th position, Brabbit is in 11th, 12th position is Lights on his 50th start, Nosey 13th, Kaz in 14th, but I'm expecting Kaz to win the points there. Mark in 15th, can Mark get some points there? 16th for Indigo, very disappointed about in qualifying one then. Riley on his debut, 17th, Cam 18th, Delando 19th, Toy Coin is had a problem there on the grid there, and Delando in 20th position there. Sign up my bet website, says Kian, and we're going to have 60 DNFs and free. That one says Farfa. The UK weather has invaded Monza. Certainly has, and I think and we've got another like storm coming as well. Is it Storm Kyle or something like that? So now that we're starting the lights at 3, 4, 5. It's a very moist Monza. It's lights out and it's go, and it's a long run down into turn one. Then both McLarens already at the back. It's a terrible start from Cam, and now we go into turn one as well. Look at the rain. And Percy and Sam Swift have almost made contact. I think they've made a bit of contact, and Sam Swift has already passed them. Past him, and Percy's trying to come back on him now. And look at this, it's Percy and Sam Swift is going side by side, and the Kaz is throwing on the other as well. It's free abreast. Sam Swift is up in second position. What a start for them, for world champion. Magnificent. Percy up in the third position. Kenza's dropped down the fourth. That's a terrible start for Kenza then, unfortunately. And look at that, Sam Swift has passed the championship rival and is also up into second position. But Menace leads. Menace has got a Grand Prix win underneath him. Probably like a second one. But then we got Immortal in fifth position there. We have got a lot of darts around. Knowlesy's had issues. Knowlesy has dropped down. Knowlesy's got damage on the end plate, unfortunately. What is happening here then? We've got Coop. No, we haven't. We've got Markey, and we've got Coop behind us, and we've also got Chappers and Indigo. Indigo's at third position. Magnificent start for Indigo. Here comes Coop, then he's going this way and that way. He's a lot easier to see on board than it is on the telecam at the moment. There, it's absolutely horrific conditions out there. Knowlesy down into 12th position. Riley down into 19th position. A difficult start indeed then. I've seen much wing damage coming then, says Camera Racer. Also, the spray is crazy, says Andy Flippy Cognan. And unfortunately, it's appalling conditions out there. Delando has lost out to Team, and both McLarens are battling for 17th and 18th position. It reminds me back to the Honda days. That one completely. Look at the gap there. It was a second at one stage. It's now down to already half a second now. Goodness gracious me. Immortal's now past Keza. Keza's struggling. What's happened to Keza? Has he got a wrong setup on? Do you even have setups in the wet these days? And I'm sure that you do have a bit of tinkering there, but more often than not, it's almost exactly the same, I would say. That is coming from a driver who's not really a driver, and he just sits on his poof for most of the Sundays, talking about drivers going around in circles, and probably should know more than I actually do. Equals on the outside in 10th position in Curva Grande, and now we got Lights down into 11th position there. Unfortunately, but Kaz out up into 12th position. We have got no DRS yet. We probably may not have DRS yet, and the question is then, how long is it going to be before we get to dry conditions? Are we going to get to dry conditions? Are these conditions going to be are they going to be exactly how they are throughout the races? The top three is already pulled away from Immortal, and here comes Sam Swift Ninja, the world champion, and is now very much fired on all cylinders, and Menace Max in Sam Swift there, almost going very close into a Scar chicane, and Percy is just giving a watching brief as well. Goodness gracious me, the world championship is very much on the line now. Sam Swift pulls from underneath the rear wing of the Ferrari and takes the lead in the Italian Grand Prix. On lap 2, Sam Swift has got from 4th on the grid to lead. And at the moment then for Sam Swift, that he will not take the lead in the championship, but the championship lead will be down to 3 points then as it stands. But we have got 24 more laps to go of this. Here comes Percy, who's also the fast on race. Here comes Menace Max, and Menace Max, no DRS in these conditions there, but he's used a lot of Earth's deployment and having a stiff, and Percy's going on the inside. Then is he going to have a look, he does on the inside. Menace Max and Percy going wheel to wheel out the first chicane, and Percy takes second position. That is a crucial part of this race there for Percy. Has he got the speed then to keep up with Sam Swift, Ninja, Indigo, and Lights are also swapping positions as well in 12th and 11th position there. Sam Swift leads by half a second then from Percy in second. Menace Max has gone from first to third then in the opening 3 laps. Kez has gone from second to fifth in the opening couple of laps then as well. Not looking ideal at the moment for those 2 drivers then. Unfortunately, dropping down the order. Indigo is at 5 positions now, and it already was because he got swapping going on. Then there's all kinds of shit. My goodness me! There's debris, there's contact, there's a Ferrari off as well, and it's absolutely carnage out to the first Lesmo. That's a lot of wing damage on the Ferrari. VSC is out there. That's damage on Cam, as that was not ideal at all for those 2 drivers. Has just take a look then. Who's got damage there? That is absolute anarchy into the first of the 2 Lesmos there. Oh dear, VSC so far, no full safety car. Sadly for Delando and Nosey, who would like to full safety car to get themselves back into this one there. Who's got damage then? So we certainly think that Kaz has certainly got damage there. You can see on the Ferrari that got an awful lot of damage that Kaz has, and unfortunately is coming back through the field that has hit a bit of a roadblock here. Unfortunately, none of the top runners are coming into the pits, and it's far too early to come into the pits. Can these wet tires, because of course, as that Laser is coming into the pits, because of course that Laser's got Kaz got a drive for penalty for speed in the pit lane, and Kaz are going, oh my goodness me, and that is pretty horrific, unfortunately for Kaz there, and oh dear, maybe a brake failure, I'm not sure about that, but just coming in, just flying straight into the pit is a safety car now, but that is not good that's not how you ideally enter the pit lane there. And a lovely shot here, by the way, for Cam there, but now then as they coming into the pits, and Cam is still in the pits, and a lot of rain coming out, and but maybe the slippery track, maybe Kaz underestimated how slippery the track was potentially, but that's not ideal, is it? As Nosey flying past, and the safety car as well. You got to be careful of that safety car. You don't want to get too close to it, because it kind of blows you up if you go anywhere near it. And we got drive-through penalties then for Kaz, and I'm not sure if Lights got one as well. Safety car is going to let Cam through here. Oh my word, there, not ideal at all. For intermediate tires is going on. Goodness me, maybe I should have. It's interesting then. I think that the track is potentially. Is it the track still too wet for intermediate tires out there? Goodness gracious me. Oh dear. As someone has apologised for, as they got distracted down. I'm not sure who that was, to be honest, as I was actually trying to flick off a different notification there. So safety cars out. Is anyone going to come into the pits then? Let's go on board that. Sam Swift has stayed out. Percy has stayed out. So everyone in the top runners has stayed out then. So they feel that it's not dry enough for intermediate tires, or certainly not anywhere near dry enough for the intermediate tires then. Marky having the 10th now. Marky would love to get some points on the board then. Laser then, who is now on the intermediate tires. So we're full front wing now, and it's the highest run on intermediate tires, as was Indigo, Delando, and Nosey. The other drivers that came into the pits was Lights, Kaz, and Cam, all on the wet tires still. So those drivers that don't feel it's doesn't feel that it's going to be wet enough for those it's not going to be wet enough or dry enough for the intermediate tires, because look at that rain coming down. It's absolutely raining cats and dogs out here tonight, and my goodness gracious me, it is absolute appalling conditions out here. Into the pits comes Lights then. So I'm wondering if Lights did he get a 10-second penalty then potentially then, as he's into the pits. Now let's take a look at his penalties. It is a 10, so he can serve it under the pit stop there, basically not even, and this is that's not too bad. That's intermediate tires for the Kicksauber as well. So what does that mean then? Well, that means that we have now got a shallow intermediate, a shallow groove tyre, which would disperse less water than the wet tyres, of course. And also Cam is in the pits as well. So anyone that was into the pits earlier on has now gone to the intermediate tyres. The only driver that hasn't is Kaz. My goodness gracious me. That's all I can say about that opening stages then. Lap 5. Safety car still at the moment, and the safety car. Whoa, Red Bull off in the background now. I'm not sure if that's Riley or Legends out. I think it might be Riley because that feels a bit too far back to be Legends at the moment from that long shot. Safety car's out still. So who is this going to help and who is this going to hinder then? Safety car's going to be out for at least one more lap then. So we should be going at the end of lap 6 then. When Lights and Cam is all caught up then. I'm wondering if Kaz may think about going to intermediate tyres on this lap as well. So 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th have all been in the pits and they've all had some kind of shenanigans on the opening stage of this Grand Prix, unfortunately for them. But everyone is on the intermediate tyres who has pitted apart from Kaz. And is Kaz going to come in the pits is the question here. We're just taking a look at Kaz, and he has stayed out then, Kaz has said. So, interesting stuff here then. I do feel that if the rain is going to get lighter, this is the perfect opportunity to come to the pits and throw on a set of intermediate tyres. The pit lane loss around here is quite high because you're at maximum speed on the pit straight, whilst you're limited to the pit lane speed limiter when, of course, you're in the pits there. So at the moment, let's take stock there on lap 6 out of 27 here. It is Sam Swift Ninja leads the way from 4th on the grid. What a start for Sam Swift there. Really battled his way through the field. Percy is up to second there from 3rd on the grid then. Menace was on pole position, is now down in 4th there. Mortal is in 4th. 5th is Keza from the front row of the grid. Jump down to 5th there for Keza. Toy Coins in 6th position there. That rain still looks very heavy. I think it's too heavy still for the intermediate tyres. Toy Coin in 6th position there. 7th Legends. Brabbit 8th. Equals 9th. Marky in 10th. Those top 10 are the top 10 who have scored points. 11th position is Coopers in 6th with Chappers in 12th. Riley in 13th position. 14th is Laser on the intermediate tyres. And Indigo is 15th on the intermediate tyres. 16th is Delando on intermediates with Knowlesy on intermediates as well in 17th. Kaz is in 18th on the wet tyres with a drive-through penalty as well. 19th is Cam on intermediate tyres. And 20th position is Young Lights there. And the safety car may not come in this lap, to be honest, there, because I think we're going to have another lap beyond the safety car. Goodness gracious me. A very elongated safety car period, this one is, with the shenanigans that happened there at the Lesbos, and then all kinds of incidents and accidents came on coming into the pits as well, which I think eventually was the reason why I brought out the safety car. So that is why the safety car is out at the moment. Then we're on lap 7 now. The rain on the racing line is not, the circle on the racing line is not as wet as what it is off the racing line then. So to me, I'm in an iron about whether the intermediate tyres are the right tyres to go on, but the rain is still quite heavy out there. It's been very heavy since the start of this Grand Prix. So I feel that the wet tyres is probably still the way to go. However, if the rain is going to abate or ease off, which we do not know that at the moment, if the rain is meant to ease off, then intermediate tyres has to be the way to go. The amount of pit stop you lose, amount of time you lose coming into the pit stop is quite high. Of course, so with this now being a wet race or using the wet or intermediate tyres, you do not have to use two types of tyres, which means you do not need to go into the pit set. So in theory, if you start on the wet tyres or the intermediate tyres, you do not have to come into the pits. So in theory, the top 13 drivers may not pit at all then. I'll be absolutely impressed if these wet tyres can go to the end from here on in then. That'd be absolutely mega stuff indeed. But I do have me doubts, to be fair, because I got to say the wet Pirelli tyre is pretty rubbish. We've seen it in real world of Formula 1. We've seen it in the real world of Formula 1, and of course we've also seen it on this game as well. Kian, safety car racing line is better than mine. Safety car is also going quicker than me as well, Kian. And safety car is in at the end of this lap as well. And let's get going racing then once again then. Of course, Kian will be, any of you Kian fans said he will be in action on a Tuesday night for bronze there. Kian, can he bounce back then after losing the championship lead then? That's going to be interesting stuff indeed then, with Dan back in the lead of the championship, I believe, or is it Marsky? It's getting very hot down in bronze, I must say. So then, as you can see that as Sam Swift has slowed the team, them all very down here, as the safety car needs to go off and into the pit then, and you cannot overtake the safety car till the start-finish line, otherwise the game will just put you onto a rev limiter. And now then, when is Sam Swift going to go? You cannot go, stop, go. Once you go, you go. And now here we go then for the restart of the Italian Grand Prix. lap 8 then. And let's get going once again then. So Sam Swift leads and Percy's all over the gearbox there. Minutes Max is a bit further back at the moment then. And Percy is going for it. He's right underneath the gearbox and the Sam Swift. Is he going to go for a lunge here? No, he isn't there. Going down as turn 1 then. They're all very well behaved then at the moment. They're all single file down the inside, apart from that Haas car. I think of Laser having a sniff then, but we'll keep it on the intermediate runners because let's see how it goes. Cam has already got past Nosey there, and Cam is having the 70 finish there, but once again, Percy all over the gearbox of the Williams, and now Percy's going for his out on no dice at the moment. Then, of course, he's the championship protagonist. And once again, 1-2 in a Grand Prix have been the class of the field, haven't they? So far this season, the intermediate tires are holding their own against the wet shot at Lewis Riley at the moment. Very good stuff indeed there. Incredible stuff. And Andy saying, "Oh, here we go again. Then it's going to be a cracker. I can tell you, I can attest to that. There, lasers all over the gearbox now of Riley, and that is going to be very interesting. Percy's going for the lead. Then not quite. They're going into the Escarch Cade. Look at the rain. And to me, that rain does feel that it's too heavy for the speed at times. But lasers proven me wrong at the moment. They're not flying up the order, but they're not losing time either, which is also important. But the question is, can those intermediate tires go to the end of the race? And if the rain does not stop, and if it's still intermediate conditions, then there's got a lot of twists and turns in this Grand Prix. There is a long way to go still, and at the moment then you cannot determine how this one's going to go. Across the line once again, we've still got all 20 runners and riders left in this race. Lap 9 then of the Grand Prix. Sam Swift Ninja sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and we go down. Someone lights to set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Some really good stuff indeed. That is now Brabant is starting to see some position changes there. Brabant up the inside passes Legends then as Indigo as Laser's got through past Riley, and Indigo on the outside as well. As the intermediate runners are now starting to come through the field, as the two McLarens. So Riley has been hung out to dry. I think he wished he was hung out to dry, because there's so much water coming from the sky here and up the track as well. There's the McLaren on the inside of Cam there, and Cam is now up into 60 minutes. Then can the McLaren team come back out? Riley is braking. Oh my word! There's been a contact between the two cars. Just a bit of a touch, but nothing more than that. As of course, nothing's wrong with a bit of a touch there, as long as you don't go full pound into the side of the car. Back in the front then, and this is going to get very intriguing indeed now. So unfortunately, I think that the intermediate tyres, I'm going to be honest, I'm confident in changing my mind about the intermediate tyres, because I feel that it's too wet for intermediate tyres. But look at that though. Let's see what Laser does now, because Laser's a second behind Coupe. And if he catches on Coupe, on this lap, then surely that is all the evidence you need then to be on the intermediate tyres. And of course, we are talking a lot about tyres, and I'm sure you're all fed up about talking about tyres. But of course, it is mainly a tyre formula. Indigo and Laser's already got past Chappers. Goodness gracious me. So yes, that is probably that just makes it apparent now. Here comes Percy then. Percy looks like he's maxed out the rev limiter there, and maybe his gears are too short then going down into turn 1 potentially. Having said that, then I do not know if that's the case or not. Maybe Percy does not want to overtake at this stretch of the race there. Of course, there is no DRS in this one though at this moment. And we could have DRS if it dries up, but we're coming up to half distance now, and it has no indication of drying up because it is still raining sideways out there. Cam has had an issue somewhere, and Cam has lost a second to Delando, and Delando is absolutely thriving in these conditions at the moment there. The McLaren Mercedes driver is absolutely flying out there. Lights has got past Chappers. Chappers has fallen down the order as you've now got Riley at the back of this crocodile here, as all the drivers on the intermediate tyres are now starting to fly through the order there. And this is really going to be interesting now, and I must say, I'm on the edge of my seat, literally and figuratively, mainly because I got a ring of fire around my own rear, but also because I feel that this one could. Oh, Sam Swift is off the circuit, and he comes back on. There's contact between the two championship rivals, and then Percy takes the lead, but now it's Menace Max that takes the lead. Sam Swift made a mistake there, and Percy's going to the back of his championship rival. And has Percy got damage there? Of course, Sam Swift came off the circuit. Did he come back on in a dangerous position there, or did he have no choice around there? Of course, he's seen that before with Lance Stroll and with Sebastian Vettel as well, albeit those drivers have kind of already spun out at that stage. And here's a Moulton now now. He's going across the line, and he's going to take the lead here. Immortal takes the lead. That are going to be filling a bit of a squeeze. And on the Ferrari, and almost losing the rear end there of the car. But now, Immortal leads. Second is Menace. Third is Percy, with Samson in fourth position there. The top four are now racing away from Toy Coin in fifth position, with Kez in sixth position. On the outside goes Menace Max, and Percy is really, and Samson has lost all types of events there. Percy, who's going here, there, and everywhere at the moment there. And unfortunately, no position's been gained there for Percy, or unfortunately for Percy's fans there, but unfortunately for Menace fans there, he's not getting the position there. Unfortunately for Samson as well, but Percy was looking very agitated there, coming out of Curva Grande then, as Kian there is decided whether, I'm not sure if he's decided whether that was a safe entry or not, or if he disagrees with my comment then, which to be honest, you probably should if I've said anything. A lot of the time I am not very much on the right wavelength for the drivers. As Percy's car looking very unusual at this stage of proceedings there, and I wonder if that's a bit of frustration as well. Did he get damaged as well? I'm just going to wait for the free wide into turn one now, says Andy, as we go into the Parabolica. 5/10 of seconds separates Immortal and Menace out of the final turn again. Where's the intermediate runners? Lasers down to the 10th position there. Into the pits comes Sam. As Sam got damaged then, across the line there comes Percy. Is Sam Tripp's going for intermediate tyres then? Potentially he must do, surely, unless of course he's got damage there. Well, if he has damage, surely he's going to go into, let's take a look. Well, there's got a lot of drivers in the pits. You've got legends in Cooper, Riley and Kaz, not Kaz I don't think, but they're all in the pits. As Delander's got a 10-second penalty for running across the chicane there. Oh dear, that's not ideal at all. Unfortunately for Delando, and that's going to be painful at the end there. Delando's actually crawling by the looks of things. He's dropping down the order. Who's out the inside? Goodness me, that's Lights there, trying to bar his way out of Nolte's way there, and now Lights is into 12th position here. Where's Sam Swift? Sam Swift is now 14 seconds back, but is on the intermediate tyres. So Sam Swift has gone intermediate tyres now, but he's going to have to really catch up these drivers who've been on intermediate tyres there for a number of laps then. But of course, that could be crucial as well in this one. 4 wide, even better, Andy is saying, and it certainly is. And now going up into the Ascari chicane. Lights and Knowlesy there. It's getting a bit personal between those two drivers. And now through goes Lights and Knowlesy in 13th. Delando in 14th, but got a humongous 10-second penalty out there. Oh my word. Now the highest runner intermediate tyre is Laser, but then Indigo is also, of course, Indigo Grand Prix winner, and Laser's now won a Grand Prix, but it's only Laser's second Grand Prix into the pits now. Kez has got a 10-second penalty. He's going to be kicking himself for that. As the drivers are now coming in the pits, and all the drivers are now coming on the intermediate tyres. Indigo is set the fast on the race. Indigo is trying to become the lead intermediate runner down into the first chicane. Now, the rain for me is still very heavy indeed. I'm surprised it's ready for intermediate tyres. And Marky in the pits as well. Intermediate tyres going on. Just shows how incredible these intermediate tyres are. And now on board with Sam Swift. So Sam Swift has gained 4 seconds over Delando in that lap alone there. So that is crucial then for Sam Swift. And I feel at this stage of the Grand Prix, this is going to get very interesting indeed. There's the Ferrari of cars. That is not Menace Max. Menace Max is not pitted just yet here. Oh, my word. Oh, goodness gracious me. Knowlesy coming out of the pits now. Has Knowlesy got damage? He must have had damage there, Knowlesy has, because he was on intermediate tyres. When he got to the end, there was a different question. So we're back on board then with the front three, which at the moment there is Immortal, followed by Menace, followed by Percy. Toy Coin has now also invited himself into the party as well. So I don't think Percy's got damage there, or too much damage there. Just take a look at that Aston Martin. You can barely see with all the spray going on. And the spray is incredible out here. But I don't think Percy's got too much damage, because surely would have been in and gone on to the intermediate tyres there. As flicking it out of the final turn there. Goodness gracious me, Immortal holding on for anything he can then. I agree, the top three's got to pit this up or next up. Just jumping the pits, Immortal says Kian there. They are in the pits now. Percy and Toy Coin leads the Italian Grand Prix. Yes, so they are coming in the pits, but Percy has stayed out. Toy Coin stayed out as well. Indigo has got past Later. It's now the highest running intermediate runner down into turn one. Oh my goodness gracious me. I wonder if the drivers are trying to stick it out. Samson has set the pass on the race there. I wonder if the drivers are trying to stick it out as well. Go on, Choppers, says Mayverse and some brilliant stuff indeed there for Chappers on board with Indigo once again, and you've got real bad indigestion. Incredible stuff indeed there. But look, the gap is down by 2 tenths a second already. 3 tenths a second. Malta's got a 3-second penalty. Oh no, Malta, that is going to be painful. Menace is through then. So that penalty has hurt Malta and has now also lost position as well. Kaz is in no man's land, unfortunately, with that drive-through penalty. Gap has come down by 4 tenths a second again then. So the intermediate runners are absolutely firing. Sam Swift, last time we checked in, 10 seconds. It's now 6.8 seconds. Another 3 seconds gained over Delando, who is in at 7th. Who's in 7th position at the moment there. Lights in 6th. Cam in 5th position there. Laser and Indigo in 4th and 3rd. At the moment there, there is Indigo. It's the highest runner on the intermediate compound tyre. And oh my goodness gracious me. They should have pitted earlier. Kean is saying that. I'm wondering if they're trying to get to the end on the intermediate tyres. Can the intermediate tyres, how long will they go around there? Will they just fall apart? And it's not really a highest of highest track in terms of tyre performance and tyre wear. But to be honest, the top two can make it to the end there. Andy is saying, and how can I join? That says Maver saying it. If the wets aren't overheating right now, but as into the pits comes Toy Coy. If you on the description, Maver, so if you go to I think that there's a website link now. If you go to the website, fill in your details, and then you'll have a Discord link as well. And hopefully one of the admins have just also given a watching brief as well, and also send a Discord link into the description as well. If you can't find it, then of course we'll send it to food. Can we send it to you via your username of YouTube? I don't know, to be honest. I'm not very au fait with the old with the old technology and stuff. The gap is actually stabilised at about 2.7 seconds. Don't worry, Mavis. Hopefully, we'll send a link in the description before the end of the race. Hopefully, in the very not too distant future as well. Then, if I knew how to do it, I would send it to you. Well, to be honest, I might know how to do it, but however, I'll probably break the stream in the process. So Indigo's now got a 1.5 seconds advantage over Laser. Now we've got Laser in 3rd, Cam in 4th, Lights in 5th, Delando in 6th position there. Sam Swift has now got a 4-second gap over himself of Menace by pitting those 2 laps earlier there. And those 2 laps could be crucial in the final stages of this Grand Prix potentially. It depends on how long those intermediate tyres last. So Percy, the gap is coming down quite quickly now. The gap is down to 2.2 seconds. And Percy is still staying out though. Percy is there on lap 16 out of 27 then. So Percy, I wonder what Percy's going to be thinking about here. Does he think that he's going to drive quickly, or does he think that he'll be able to stay up there? Don't know if the link works or not then, Andy said. Oh dear, that's not good, is it? Well, that's not good. If the link don't work, then that's absolutely that's boulder dash, I say, absolute boulder dash, and we need to get that fixed. As what is going on here? And now we've got Coop, who is we got Coop, and we got Legends, and we got 4. Have we? I think we have got 4 press, so we might even have 5 here going down into turn 1. Then this is incredible stuff there. And oh my goodness me, and they're all trying to go through. There's a bit of bumping, and the Aston Martin Cooper's had to bail. He's got 10-second penalty. That's harsh. And now we've got the Williams of Champers now trying to get through as well here. Oh my goodness gracious me. And there's Markey trying to get through on Coop as well. As where's Kaz gone? Kaz is completely disappeared at the road there. There he is. Kaz is the only other driver on the wet tyres apart from the race leader. And now then Markey is 15th, Champers 16th, 17th is the Legends, 18th is Coop, 19th is Riley also getting involved as well. Knowles is now only 5 seconds back then, showing what new intermediate tyres could do that. Yes, 4 wide, come on then. There is a Discord link, Ashton, saying thank you very much. I'll go to the website. Really good stuff indeed, Marsky. Sorry, not Marsky. We got a drive called Marsky. Marver said, of course, and into the pits comes the race leader now. And if you put your details in, and we will, and of course, we will send you the Discord link and all that kind of jazz. And we have races on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and Wednesday. But Wednesday is performance, is realistic performance. Of course, so it's the realistic performance of the real F1 season, and of course, which means that if you're in McLaren, you've got the fastest car, and then if you're the Kick Sauber, you've got the slowest car, and all that kind of stuff. But as aware as Percy's going to come out, and Percy's out in 12th position here, may even be 13th. No, it should be 12th. So Percy's got a lot of overtaking to do now, isn't he? The World Championship leader, and Sam Swift is not in the lead of the championship just yet. But if he gets past Delando, moving himself up into 5th, well, technically he is past Delando because Delando Delander's got a 10-second penalty, he will be in the lead of the championship there. Well, no, he won't, because on countback, it'll actually still be Percy, because Percy has more wins than Sam Swift at this stage there. But Sam Swift now up into 5th position there. Diving into the pit, Sam Swift, Ninja. Do you do it the perfect time is the question though, is what I'm going to say then. Forward, come on, yes. Oh my gosh, says Rocket Lee as well. Hi, show if you swallowed your tongue yet. Not yet, but I do have real bad indigestion, but that's because it was brought on by myself, as I got a bit too greedy with the old takeaway last night there. Yes, it's been absolute carnage in my lavatory today. We've got absolute cinema, says Flippy Cognet. Percy would have lost everything, Kian is saying. So Kian thinks that Percy has come in too late then. Kaz and Marky are having an almighty scrap for 14th and 15th, and Kaz, of course, he's on the wet tyres. The only driver on the wet tyres now. Lights is in the pits. So Lights in the pits only after 12 laps on the intermediate tyres. Goodness gracious me. And look who's gone through there. Champion's gone through. Markey is being absolutely held up here. This is painful for Markey. Contact with the rear of the Ferrari. And now out to the far turn. And there's, I think, the Knowles. He's almost in the facility as well of this battle now. And my goodness gracious me. And here comes Coop then. He's just coming up alongside that. And now is Chappers, he's hopefully he'll be very happy he's away from this battle now. And now, my goodness me, go on board that Sauber, oh my gosh, and they're going to go to the Williams. They have gone into the Williams, and it's all carnage there, debris all over the show. Kaz has dropped down into 19th position there, and oh dear, and it's getting a bit too cozy into turn 1, and I'm not sure if anyone's damaged or not, but there's certainly been a lot of carbon fibre. Yes, there's damage on Legend's car. Coop is also Coop got damage as well. No, Coop is fine in the Aston Martin, but my goodness me, getting too cozy into turn 1 there. Goodness gracious me. I might need a new tier for Thursday with more drivers joining. Ashton is saying as he's giving us a hint, nudge. By the way, Ashton is doing a great job. And by the way, Ashton got 12th position on Tuesday. We had really good drive in Zandvoort, and was unlucky. I think he could have got some points out if that race was a few laps longer with the way that it was going at the time. So real good stuff there from Ashton. Maybe do an F2 on Thursday. F2 races are pretty good in this game then. I love F2. We did F2 last year, didn't we? But unfortunately the interest for F2 kind of peaked out, and that's why we went to the 100% realistic performance league last year. But I do like F2 as well. And so does Toy Coin, and I think Farf does well. Of course, Farf is the main man, as he's the most important driver. Yellow flag that his Kaz is come off the circuit, unfortunately. We have also got Toy Coin getting past the Motor. Lasers dropped down to third position now, but still a great job. Then Sam Swift is now 4 seconds away. But look at Indigo; he is absolutely flying away. Indigo is there. We sit on lap 13, then on the 13 lap road intermediate tyres. Lights coming to the pits. Whether he had damage or not, I do not know. Indigo's done 15 laps on these intermediate tyres, which is about double the length, which is double the length of Sam Swift Ninja at the moment. Yellow flag there for Kaz, and he is coming to the pits. A nightmare race for Kaz after all the shenanigans in the first Lesbo, and then unfortunately, all kinds of shenanigans there with the drive for power and lights. So Kaz is absolutely fuming out there, I presume. Sam Swift is now 3 seconds back, and Delander's got a 3-second penalty to add on to his 10-second penalty. Those penalties are starting to rack up, unfortunately, now for the McLaren driver in 6th position. But and actually, as it stands, he will lose points as well. So Indigo leads by 6.5 seconds. Sam Swift is currently in 4th position mode and is taking the lead outright in the World Championship. Or is he? Because there's Percy, and Percy is back in the lead of the championship as Tory Coyne, goodness me, very violently comes across the course as he wants to have this slipstream now. And here comes the fresh shot Aston Martin driver, gaining on Mercedes, but not quite enough into the first chicane. Rocket Lee, I quite like the F2 rule then. Reserve tier, says Kian then, as of course we did have a reserve championship, but no one was interested in that apart from Young Light, so we kind of abandoned that idea because it took a very long time as well for my head to get around it all, mainly because I am not very au fait with the old maths and stuff then. not favour a lot of things, but certainly mass is one of my weakest, attributes. There, along with a lot of other things, including my stomach. Indigo is now almost 7 seconds in front of Cam, with Laser in third position there. But Laser is now going to be looking over his show now, on course for a first podium. But Samsung Ninja with 8 laps younger tyres on the intermediate tyres, I think, is now going to be as there goes Percy, gets past him also as well. And Percy, I think, can go to the end then. So I definitely think Percy goes to the end then. As Kaz has had his wrist issue is complete. He's got a real bad wrist issue. I forgot about that, and so Kaz has had to call it a day. Not only because the race has not gone well at all, but then also it's all gone pretty peaked on the race. But I think that the wrist has certainly had a lot to do with it as well, unfortunately. So Kaz out of the Grand Prix. Sadly, we got lap 21 there. Perseus at the fast up race and also gets the bonus point fast up. Perseus down to 6 in theory because of course Delando with those 10 seconds of penalties. Toy Coin having a look, but nothing more than that then. Going down into turn 1 there, as I'm also getting right underneath the gearbox of that Aston Martin. Only one retirement so far, just 6 laps to go. Percy has a chance of a podium, says Rocket Lee. There is Percy, and Percy is currently staring at 6th position at the moment there, and literally and figuratively, because there is 6 right up the road then, and of course he is quicker than Delando as well, and also Delando's got a 10-second penalty. Lap 8 is on 25% tyre delta, I think then, says Flippy Andy. Oh goodness gracious me. So I think then that the drivers then, and 17 laps there for Indigo on the intermediate tyres. I don't think the intermediate tyre is going to get to the end on the drivers up in front there. Now Sam Swift has got past Laser and moved himself up into third position there. Here comes Percy Delando, just giving the former champion a squeeze, but nothing more than that. On the outside, Percy's now up into 6th position there, going for the field like a hot knife through butter is Lucas Percy, the world championship leader. All these laps are crucial with 6 to go. Has he got enough time to get past Menace Max? Menace Max, so he's done 3 laps more. Toy Coin has got past Immortal on the outside, on the inside into Parabolica. Immortal trying to hang it out on the outside. No dice at the moment there as they come across the line. Then there's going to be some great racing action towards the end. Look at that, Sam Swift is already caught to the back of Cam. 8 seconds there in 5 laps. That's more than doable, I think, for Sam Swift here. The question is, though, because Sam Swift is going to be quite quick now. When I say quite quick, I mean very quick here. But look, here he comes, and Sam Swift already all over the gearbox of Cam. Then Cam dropping down to third. But great race once again there for Cam, mainly because he probably should have had this race on Wednesday, but there's a Rogue Ginger race in that day. And now Sam Swift is up in his second. Third is Cam. Laser in fourth. Menace is now catch as well. There's Percy, he's 4 seconds away. Oh my golly gosh, then Toy Cord all over the gearbox of Delando, with Immortal also following him in hot pursuit, and then Brabbit not too far back in 10th position there. Kez is down in 11th. Unfortunately for Keza, it's just not gone his way in this race today. Maybe if it was a dry race, I think the Keza would have been in it to win it potentially. As now here comes Toy Cord, and same place as where Percy's got through. Laser's got a 3-second penalty, so he's basically lost that position anyway. That's so difficult for Laser, but what a drive once again in Laser. Only a second Grand Prix. Indigo, Sam Swift, Cam and Menace said for driver of the day, folks. And get your votes coming in a pronto, as they'll be closed in the not too distant future. Indigo win. Indigo easy win, says Kian. Oh my goodness, really? I thought that the tires were going to fall off it. Once again, shows how much I know, doesn't it? So 7.7 seconds the gap is now, but look, yeah, you're right, because at the moment, Indigo on those 19-lap road intermediate tyres are looking good. Indigo has only ever won one race so far, unless it gets a puncher. This is from Andy. Indigo's only ever won one race there in his career. Of course, so Indigo potentially looking for his second Grand Prix win, and potentially one of the most impressive of his career, with a drive from 16th on the grid there. And now as Delando's dropping down, unfortunately, done 21 laps on the intermediate tyres. That is the most out of anyone. And Delando is really struggling. Indigo, the gap is only down by half a second on this lap. That needs to be more. With just under 4 laps to go in this race, that needs to be more. Sam should be more in the second faster than Indigo each lap. It says Keon then. So that is what Sam Swift needs to do to win this Grand Prix. On board with Cooper's got a 3-second penalty. On board with Brabbit, who's all over the gearbox now. Over Delando, and Delando, unfortunately, this is going to be painful for Delando. He's done 21 laps on the intermediate tyres, and unfortunately he was not far enough up the road He was not far enough up the road, unfortunately, to keep the tyre delta up beta. Menace is now in third position there. And we have got Percy has got past Laser up into fifth position as well. Percy is there. Next target is Cam, who's done 18 laps as well. Sam Swift then is still quite a way behind. Indigo has done a great job, hasn't he there? My goodness me. Now it's time to disconnect then. Brabbit the GOAT, says Andy as well. I'm going to be honest, we haven't spoken much about Indigo, but what a drive he's been doing in this race. What a fantastic performance for Indigo from 16th on the grid, leads this Grand Prix, done 20 laps on the intermediate tyres, and at the moment he's got a 6.5 second advantage over Sam Swift Ninja. This is crucial in this Grand Prix. Percy is catching Cam like a freight train. Can Percy get on the podium then as we're on board of Indigo once again? And this is going to be crucial times then, and there is this battle of Cam then just going underneath us now. Cam unfortunately losing out to Menace. There's Percy in the background. Has done about 12 laps less on the intermediate tyres. Great drive from Percy, but I feel that he's done probably 3 laps too long on the intermediate tyres. Do you think he should have came in the pits when Sam Swift came in the pits? Potentially, or potentially when Menace came in the pits, maybe, but we'll soon find out. Of course, hindsight's a wonderful thing in this business, isn't it? As of course it's easier to say what should have happened. I'll say what happened when it's already been done, of course. Driver of the day vote still out at the moment. Thank you very much for your votes. At Indigo, 67% of the vote, 33% for Cam as well. Great stuff from both those two drivers. They have been superb tonight, and it's great to see Cam very much back in the on the performance that he has shown over the past. This year has been a bit difficult for Cam, but great driving in the last couple of races, and again another great shrewd strategy as well. As left in fifth position as well. But he's going to be under attack now from Toy Coin, from a Mortal, and from a Brabbit as well. Into the pits comes Keza. So Keza's not interested in that 1 point. I think that he probably felt actually that with lights coming up and Equals coming up as well, it would have been very difficult for him to keep that position then potentially. So Indigo's for 3 laps to go. Then Indigo still leads as a race at the moment. This is going to be very, very tense times in the Mercedes camp then, and for Indigo as well. Indigo then, of course, back in the Mercedes drive, and of course this will be Mercedes' first win of the season, if I'm not very much mistaken. So brilliant stuff indeed there for Indigo and Mercedes. So this will be a very good performance there for Indigo, going for his second Grand Prix win of his career. And Sam Swift is not going to give up. Percy has got it to under a second and a quarter for himself and Menace Max. Up into 7th position now goes a Mortar as the rain has almost stopped. The rain has almost stopped in this one there, but we will not see slick tyres here today. As into the pits comes Marky, only on retirement, and that was an injury retirement there from Cass. He hurt his wrist there on the qualifying, and unfortunately when he crashed into the barrier, I think the wheel snapped back, and it really hurt unfortunately Cam, and that's not been, and then since then he's really been struggling. Brabbit is through past Lasers down to 9th position, and let's take a look at the penalties now, shall we? There are the penalties. So Lasers got a 3-second buffer over Equaz. He needs to keep that over 3 seconds to keep 9th position there with just 2 laps to go. That is his target now, or he needs to stay in front of Lights, and who's also flying at the moment. Here's Percy then. Can Percy recover back up into 3rd position? I'm thinking about it, and the more I think about it, I feel that Percy, as champion, has got a 10-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. A lot of penalty speed improvements here tonight there. Goodness gracious me, it is a very difficult pit to come in then. Evening all, hope everyone is doing well from Astro John. Good evening to you, Astro John then. I hope you're well, my good man. And of course, hopefully Astro John will be reserving either tomorrow night or Tuesday night, or in the 100% as well. It's great to have Astro John along for the ride then. Indigo, change your race line if you hear me, says Kian then. With 2 seconds, the gap is down now to, it is 2 seconds there, and it's 2/10 of a second between Percy and Menace Max as well. And look, the rain has stopped. Well, I thought the rain stopped, but it did stop on that camera angle, but it hasn't stopped when we're on board with Percy then. As Oh my God! Same in his two set. Sam then, as I'm just watching now, Sam Swift Ninja has got a 1.5 seconds separated. He is catching Indigo with just one lap to go here. It's remember what happened in the Bahrain 100% race a season ago. Season ago, where Percy overtook with 1 quarter to go. So it's going to be the same here in Italy. On the inside, there goes Percy up in the front position. Great recovery drive from Percy. As Menesar is going to give that one up. I think that I think he feels that one has been lost. It's going to be and like in real life this season, and Sam is Piastri now. Oh my goodness gracious me! And there it is. Indigo is now got it to under a second. And remember, it was Charles Leclerc and Piastri. This time it is Indigo and Sam Swift Ninja. That's a great reference, Andy. I love it. Coming out of the first of the two Lesbos here. Sam Swift is flying out there, but Indigo just needs to keep it. Just needs to keep the thing pointed on the straight and narrow. Fast start for Keza as we're just about just under half a lap from home here. As coming out of the old banking as well. And Indigo then is still laughing quite quickly. Oh, sliding now. Indigo is, look at that. Sam Swift Ninja is all over the gearbox now. And he's going for it. Then he's having a look then as we go into the final stages of this one. And look at this. And Sam Swift is pushing. Is he going to go for it down into the final parabolica? Is he going to go to the outside? Indigo parks the car beautifully, but it comes out of the final turn, and it comes out of the final turn, and Sam Swift Ninja, with just on the last lap, on the last corner, wins the Italian Grand Prix by a 1/10 of a second there. Indigo is going to be heartbroken by that, and so is all his Indigo fans out there, but Sam Swift Ninja is not here for fans. He is here for the championship and wins it on the final corner in the Parabolica. Indigo's tires, I think, just gave up the ghost there, didn't they? And he was 1 lap short of a famous victory for Indigo, but from 16th to 2nd on the grid there, he will be pleased. But knowing Indigo, he is a racing driver. He's a racer, and he is a racing driver, and he would not be, and he is very much similar to Kimi Raikkonen in the European Grand Prix 2005. Of course, Kimi Raikkonen would have gone for broke. Indigo went for broke as well. Indigo will be happy with second position, but let's be honest, I think the overriding feeling from Indigo is that he wanted the race win today, and that is so unlucky for Indigo to finish in second position by a 1/10 of a second. He was just a smidgen too short in the end there, just a smidgen too short. As Asher John, I've had to make a decision to not to sign up for a drive, but needed a few days off to allow my hand to heal. I had to bash my hand up the other day, unfortunately. Oh dear. Goodness gracious me. We've got a lot of drivers having hand issues at the moment, because we've also had Kaz with the same issue as well today. Best ever Monza race I've watched. Kian is saying it. I feel bad for Indigo, says Liam. Yeah, and I do as well, to be honest. Sam Swift Ninja taking his 6th Grand Prix win of the season, only one behind now. Lucas Perch, who has 7 wins there. That takes Sam Swift's total to 12 Grand Prix wins there in his career. My goodness me. For me, Indigo is the goat of the race, and absolutely, Indigo, what a drive from 16th on the grid there. Sam Swift Ninja was, of course, going for broke, wasn't there? The best podium on the calendar, in my opinion. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Sam Swift, his 12th Grand Prix win of his career, his 6th win of the season as well for Sam Swift. He will not be leading the championship, because that is still in Percy's. I think it's still in Percy's camp at the moment now. However, there's a Ferrari on the podium now. I was expecting a Aston Martin there, not a Ferrari. We'll find out what happened at the end of that then. Type 1 if Indigo deserved to win then, as Andy's gone 1 then. Yes, indeed. I think that Indigo did deserve the race win. And sadly, I don't have the final classifications again. Gosh, this race, this game's a bit rubbish with that, isn't it? Never mind. I'll have my little BF fit after I go off air, I think then. Fortunately for us, we can now also have a bit of a chit chat then with our podium citizen, and let's talk with the man who was a 1/10 of a second away from winning the Italian Grand Prix. Indigo, goodness gracious me. whatever I say, it's not going to really help you feel any better. But what a drive from 16th to second today. That's a positive. But as I was saying in commentary, the win is losing the win on the last corner is never going to be pleasant. Oh, I think Indigo is speechless at the moment there, unfortunately. So, or am I speechless? Hang on. Have I got no. Percy, can you hear me? Oh, all right, my party's broke. Hello, hello,
If you're
hello.
talking rage, I can't hear you.
No, I can't hear. This is my party says. No, I can't hear anyone. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can turn off
Hello,
and back on. One
darkness, my
second.
old friend.
Rightio. Let's try this again. I reckon my mic's broke. To be honest, that's not good, is it? Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, okay. I'm going to leave it there because I'm tired. Right then, that's it. Sadly, we can't have an interview because my headset's broke. Then we can hear
Sean,
you
have you
through both.
changed your settings from HDMI to controller?
No, because I have to. They can't hear me. Right, I'm done. I can't be bothered. Right, have a good one, all. See you all later. Goodbye.
They can hear us on stream, but what I want to say is, um, I, I don't know what to say actually. I'm a bit disappointed, but at the same time, fairly happy because on this game, it's been an absolute. It's been I found it absolutely difficult because I just can't get adjusted to this game. Multiple Q1 eliminations, but I honestly thought I could win that race, but the gap kept going down and down and down, and I was thinking to myself, shoot, I think he might actually get me. But on the last lap, I just had no grip whatsoever, and Sam got past me in the final corner, and it does hurt a bit, but it's a stepping stone. I really wish I could have won that race on track, but it's just a shame really, and I made mistakes myself, especially down at turn one. I broke myself, went off the track, and down at the second chicane. So it's on my end as well. I did lose myself a bit of time towards Sam Swift, but honestly, I was just praying that there were no safety cars of it. Well, no safety cars because I know that the pack will be all on the back of me again on pressure tires. So it is frustrating, but at the same time, I'm really, really happy about it. I wasn't expecting anything out of Monza, especially doing no practice and being on the come down as well. But I'm really happy with this result. Was unexpected whatsoever, and shout out to Knowsley for his big brain to go on the Inters during the first safety car. That's the only reason why we went on the Inters. Me, Laser, Knowsley, Young Lights, and whoever else went on the Inters. So yeah, it was a good race. I enjoyed it, and thank you for your commentary, Sean. I know we can't hear you, but I'm listening to you speak on the stream.
Thank you.
No, because I have to. That's the only reason why we went to the Inters. Me, Laser, Knowsley, Young Guys, and whoever else.
Percy, did you want to have a quick say about anything in this race?
Is it my turn to speak? I don't know even if the
Yeah,
stream's still going.
yeah, the stream's still going. You can speak, Percy.
Oh, what a master plan strategy from me today. Decided, let's fuck it. Let's just stay out, try and oh, he's speaking. Yeah, as I was saying, I've completely forgot. Oh yeah, I thought let's try and go to the end. There might be a later safety car, so I could have boxed under the safety car, but yeah, I completely screwed my strategy today. Thought I did well to catch back up to Menace and get myself back on the podium. A bit disappointed with the incident we had because I feel like that cost me quite a lot of time as well. But yeah, happy with the P3. more points. Well, I'd say more points gained in the championship, but it's points lost in the championship. Yeah, stupid decision from me today, but we move on to next week, and yeah, we'll see what we can do in Baku.
Really good stuff, both. Thank you very
And
much.
Indigo, coming on to you next. Are you pleased to be back up on the podium after such a long streak off?
Yeah, I am, mate. I am glad to be back on the podium because honestly, I thought I wasn't going to get a podium this season due to my pace and qualifying's been an absolute mess for me. I don't know what's wrong with my qualifying. I just can't get it sorted. Like multiple Q1 eliminations, and I just struggle in the race. Like in Zandvoort, I should have been on the podium or P4, but unfortunately, the Mercedes lagged into me and crashed me out and spun me around. That was probably my only chance for a podium last week, but this week, what expected. As soon as I took the lead, I thought to myself, "Well, this could be my first podium," but I was scared because the pace deficit from me to you guys catching me, new inters and generally faster drivers. So I thought to myself, I don't know what the situation was. I was just looking at the gaps constantly, and that's probably what distracted me. But I really hope I can get myself back up here because I don't know. I'm just a bit up and down in this game. Sometimes I can do well, sometimes I'll be just nowhere. So that's my biggest problem. Percy, do you think you can challenge for the championship in the next upcoming races?
Um, no, because I actually maybe it just depends when I'm back from the break, but I'd like to say I would be. I'd like to know what my actual pace would be if I put a lot more effort into the game, but I'm not really too fussed about it, to be honest. You know, I've been P3 in the championship, I've been P2 in the championship, I've won the championship, so my aim now is just to have fun and yeah, just keep having fun. Try and get the constructors for Coop because I feel like that would be a good award for the both of us. But like I said, if I can just try and keep up with Sam Menace, you know, those guys are way quicker. Over the one lap, it takes me a good couple of, well, I'd say about a good 5 or 6 laps to just get back up to pace. So if I can try and just keep with them guys throughout the rest of the season, be consistent like I have done, then wise to say that I can't compete against them in the championship. But yeah, we'll never know, and we'll hopefully be speaking to each other again next week in Baku.
And how do you feel for the Baku Grand Prix next week? Is it a strong track for you?
Nope, not so ever. And you know, most people would go, "Oh, it's not a strong track, so you know, I'll practice." But I'm just going to be like, yeah, let's just go into it with an open mindset, no practice, and see what happens then. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Well done today, mate. I know it's not the result you wanted, but you still got back up there. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to ALR and
Yeah, like
comment
and
below.
subscribe. Vote for Indigo
And
Driver of the Day because he was, and we will see you guys later. Thank you very much.
Jordan's back on bronze on Monday, silver on Tuesday, 100% league on Wednesday.
No, it's silver on Monday, mate.
Close, close.
You had to go and ruin it, didn't you? You fraud.
Ginger, thank you so much for commentating. It's a shame we can't hear you speak, but hopefully we can hear you next week if I'm up here again.
In the words of
Shout out
Sirius.
to Seaman, calling me his biggest fan. Thank you very much, mate.
Oh, what? You've got fans, mate? What? I don't even know what that is.
I'm reading the comments right now, and everyone's feeling sad for me. So thank you very much, guys, in the comment section.
Oh,
I
I'm very
appreciate you all.
happy
I am
for
a
you.
bit sad.
I've ended the stream yet. End it, man.
I don't know if the end of the stream, but I'm gonna go to bed, so I'll see you guys later.
Mate,
Good
they
night.
probably ended it like half hour ago. We've just been blabbering.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you later, Indigo. Bye, Sean.
I'm going to lose my job, as Sirius Freshman said. Well, that was it. That was great stuff indeed. Then what a car crash on end that was after a brilliant Italian Grand Prix. And that is it for me as well. I will be back on Tuesday, as Indigo said. It will be bronze on Tuesday, silver on Monday, 100% on Wednesday. And I am going to bed, and I'll worry about this microphone rubbish tomorrow. Have a good one all. Thank you for